Hi, my name is Melik Demir. I'm with Housing Unlimited, and this is part of our series called Tea with Tenants, where we follow our tenants through their journey before they came to Housing Unlimited, their journey while they're at Housing Unlimited, and then going forward, how they see themselves being involved in the community. However, for today, we are about to celebrate our 16th annual Welcome Home celebration. And so, in honor of that, it's a celebration where Housing Unlimited celebrates not only the tenants, but also their supporters. And so, today we're going to be celebrating two amazing people, Colonel and Johnnie Mae Armstrong, who have been with Housing Unlimited and have helped to change hundreds of lives. With that, I'll introduce you to Johnnie Mae and Colonel. So, who's the Colonel? I have heard amazing stories. Tell us about, if you would, how and when you became involved with Housing Unlimited.
Wow, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I guess what happened was that our son became a patient, if you will, or what we now call a recovering mentally ill person. And so we sought out what was then, I believe, Threshold, the Montgomery County predecessor for the NAMI Montgomery County. In any event, one of the founding partners or founding members was Adele McQueen. And Adele latched on to me first and sort of, I won't say but convinced me to become involved with what became NAMI Montgomery County.
Mm.
And through me, she saw a willing worker in Johnnie Mae. And so she latched on to Johnnie Mae, and that's how we became involved.
You're being very modest. You have actually helped to furnish over 80 homes, right? So, how do you do that?
I started with Adele, and when we couldn't get donations through people just donating furniture, we found all the thrift stores.
Mm.
And I was following her, and it seems like that, yeah, hey, this is worthwhile doing.
Mm.
So she dragged me around. She never learned how to drive, so I was a driver.
Oh.
And I followed her around to various thrift stores. Uh, and when I wasn't following Adele around to thrift stores, I was going with Lisa to Wider Circle.
We did a lot of refurnishing or
Mm-hmm.
refurbishing of donated materials and some stuff that we had already that became used or became noticeably used. And we would turn our garage into a workspace where we would actually sand them down if they were, the things that could be refurbished that way. And we would restain them, fix them. We made a practice of fixing up stuff where we could so that we could reuse it again. It became quite an effort.
A bigger family affair. Doesn't your daughter help sometimes?
Yes,
Yeah.
she's gone to many properties with me. I work with Lisa Cook,
Mm.
a staff member of HUI, and I check with her.
There are many ways to serve an organization. Just spiritual support, emotional support, financial donations, in-kind donations, which help furnish the homes. If someone were to come to you and say, why should I support Housing Unlimited? How do you think you might answer that?
They do what they say they're going to do. They provide housing for people who really, really need it. And I can say that I have been involved with this long enough to know that they do exactly what they say that they're going to do.
Well, they've got a track record that really goes back a while. I mean,
31
a
years.
while. And it just seems like that we have a never-ending backlog of needs that need to be met. There are so many people out there in crisis centers, halfway houses, hospitals, some on the street. It seems like there was always 300 or so on the waiting list for properties. And that's one of the reasons why I think that HUI has grown so much. When we first started, there were like two or three homes, and now that's what 90.
92.
92.
It's amazing,
and still counting.
Amen.
And still an unmet need. So if you have a heart at all, you probably know that there are many people who are in need of decent, clean, safe housing. HUI has done its part in trying to fill that need, but obviously they alone can't meet the entire need. So we keep growing.
Well, your generosity and spirit and time and everything that goes with that is greatly appreciated. Thank you for all your years of service, just for everything you do. You know, we have 253 residents now, but that's not the number that have gone through Housing Unlimited is more than that. And I just want to make sure that you understand real clearly that you changed each and every one of those lives. So from Housing Unlimited, thank you.